So, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I will be doing my Pan Those Eyeshadows update number 1. So this is filmed right after work because I did hit pan in one of my eyeshadows and I was really excited and I knew I wasn't going to hit another pan, so I'm just going to get started. But for those of you who don't know what Pan Those Eyeshadows is, it's basically a type of project pan where you focus on eyeshadows in your collection that you want to hit pan on. You could use them up. I'm doing that in another project though. But for this project, my goal is to hit pan on those eyeshadows. I do have some rules set up. So for example, like what if I don't like the eyeshadow? I have the chance to roll out an eyeshadow after I've used it 5 times if I don't like it, or I could keep it in if I choose to. I don't have a number where it's, if I don't hit pan within 30 uses, then I can roll it out. I just choose to keep it in the project, even if I get annoyed with it, which I haven't found to be the case, really. I did even keep an eyeshadow in this project for like 6 months, and I never hit pan on it, even though I used it like 60 times, which is crazy, but yeah. So I have that rule, and then I do have a cooldown rule as well. So whenever I finish an eyeshadow, or whenever I hit pan on an eyeshadow, I don't have to use the same shade. So for example, if I used up a, light brown shadow, if I hit pan on a light brown eyeshadow and I roll a different light brown eyeshadow, I don't have to use it that month. I can re-roll. I have 125 pans of eyeshadow in my project pan that qualify for this project, but there are some that already have pan in it. I don't know my pan percentage right now, but editing me will know. Also, I did hit pan in an eyeshadow, so if I roll in a dupe, I don't have to work on it. I can just re-roll. I also have the rule of no dupes the same month. So for example, if I roll another pink eyeshadow in that's close to the pink that I have, I'm not going to work on it. And this month I'm also going to be implicating another rule, which is no more Huda. I've been trying to use up my Huda palettes because I am getting rid of them at the end of the year. One I'm going to frame, the other I'm going to get rid of. I mean, I already have used it a lot and it's not my favorite. The one I'm framing, it was a present from my brother. I just don't support the brand. But yeah, let me get straight into talking about the palettes. So the first shade I actually picked myself from this palette. So I was working on 2 shades in here, which are Secret and Tickle. So I used Secret, which is a shade I picked myself because it was previously in this project and I knew I could hit pan on it soon, except for me, those uses were not soon enough. I used Secret 16 times and I used Tickle once, so this is what they look like right now. I have pan in Secret and, well, obviously nothing in Tickle. I'm wearing Secret today all over my lid, and then I have the shade Raw in my outer corner to kind of deepen it, although I feel like it looks a little weird without eyeliner. Yeah, so you can actually see a little bit of a dip happening in Raw, which is pretty cool because I didn't know I was making that much of an impact in it when I was using it. So yeah, that's 1 shade down. To be honest, I'm probably going to use this again tomorrow and mix it with Tickle because Tickle is a little bit too pink to wear for on an everyday basis. So I'm going to wear that tomorrow so I can get a bigger pan in this because I know the pan is really thin, and I know the eyeshadow is really thin right here, and that pan just doesn't look as satisfying as the pan it will be tomorrow. So yeah, 1 out, which is pretty cool. The next 2 shades come from the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette, and I have the shades number 3 and 9. So 3 is this one right here. I'm going to hold my palette upside down. So this is 3 and this is 9. So I've used each one 3 times each. And this coral shade is very vibrant. It's not muted like how it looks in the pan. I wish it were muted because that's what I bought it for. So the first time I tried using it, it was a Friday, and I was really in a rush to get to my first meeting of the day. And then I put this on and I was like, oh no. So I used the shade in the middle, shade number 5, to blend it out, and it kind of worked, but you could still see this peeking through. And I was just really hoping that my webcam quality was bad enough for it to not really show. So yeah, that's how this shade worked out. But I think it would be better for the summer and, you know, or on the weekends. I don't know, it's just not, I'm a little disappointed because it's so bright, and I did not buy this palette for a bright, like, pink peach shadow. I bought it for like a more muted color. And this shadow right here is even more of a disappointment. This eyeshadow, it swatches really pretty. It's supposed to be, I don't know if it's duochrome, I think it is. It's supposed to be like an orange coral shift. This falls off of my eyelids. Like, it just, well, okay, I wouldn't say that. It just disappears off my eyelids. So like you can see right here, like there's some contrast between the eyeshadow on top, and then I have a shimmer on the lower third of my lid. That's where I usually put this. And it just disappeared. It didn't crease, it disappeared. Because you know, when you see creasing, the eyeshadow bunches up. There was none of that. Like, my eyelid was dry, and eyeshadow was just missing from the center part of my lid. And I know I didn't rub my eye, because I normally rub my eye like right here and not the full lid, because first off, you're not supposed to rub your eye, and secondly, if I do rub my eye, I try to minimize, like, you know, the amount of my eye I rub. So I just go in the inner corner, and that seems to, you know, scratch the itch just fine. I don't know what happened to it. Like, this has happened all 3 times I've used this eyeshadow, and I'm really confused because that's not normal. Like, it wasn't even under my eye. It was just gone. Like it was just completely stripped from my eye, and I was so confused. I was looking in the mirror for it on my face, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So please let me know if you've had this experience too, because that is crazy. That is not a problem with the other, or with the shade, like the, I guess, shimmers from here. These are just really prone to fallout, but this one just, I don't know where it goes. And the last eyeshadow comes from the Too Faced Hot Buttered Rum palette. I was working on the shade Born to Rum. I only used this once. I wish I used it more, but it didn't really go well with the looks I was doing this month, and also it's not very seasonally appropriate, I would say. So it's this shadow right here. As you can see, it's this really pretty copper shadow. I don't always pay attention to the seasons. I more so look at the weather outside, and you know, on a daily basis I don't get to decide what type of eyeshadow look to do, but on the weekends, that's when I can decide. And you know, if it's bright and sunny outside, I go for a yellow eyeshadow look, because yellow is my favorite color to wear. And if it's like cloudy outside, then I'll wear something more taupey or cool tone. And if it's raining, it really depends. Like, I'll wear darker colors. And if it's just, you know, if it's nice outside but not super sunny, then I will wear, what will I wear? Honestly, something pretty neutral. So yeah, the weather really dictates how I do my makeup, and well, hasn't been this weather for this here. So those were all of my eyeshadows, and that was all the progress I made on these eyeshadows. I am going to roll 1 through 24 randomly. Okay, so I'm on Google's random number generator, and I have 1 set up so far and 124. So let's generate number 20. Okay, so that one's okay. And number 123. Ooh, that's a new palette. Okay, I'm excited. For those of you who don't know, 124 and 125 are both singles. So yeah, I'm excited. I will I will look in my collection for those shadows and then come back. Okay. Okay, that was really fast. Eyeshadow number 20 actually comes from this palette, which is the palette I just talked about. It is the shade Bottoms Up, which I got really lucky because it's the brown right here. Such an easy neutral shadow. You know what I spoke to early? This is a Too Faced eyeshadow, and I've used this like twice. So hitting pan on this will definitely be a challenge. I'll do all the swatches probably tomorrow because it's Tuesday and I'm tired. So you'll see all the swatches on my arms in a separate video tomorrow. But wow, this is so easy to work on. It would just take me forever because it's freaking Too Faced. And by the way, the eyeshadow I was talking about earlier where I used it 60 times, over 60 times and never hit pan on it, it's this one. Not surprising though because it's like way too pale for me to use on most of my face. But yeah, this is one of the older palettes in my collection. If you didn't know, the way I arranged my eyeshadow spreadsheet is from oldest to newest. So that's how I knew my newest palette was that's how I knew 123 was my newest palette. Okay, the shadow 123 comes from this palette, which is the Too Faced That's My Jam palette, and it is the shade Jam on it. I took a sneak peek of this and I'm really disappointed because I think I would have taken almost any other shade in here. It is this one. I just dipped my finger into it. It's this one right here. I am so bad at using shadows like that. I really wish I got this pink or this purple. I said I wouldn't swatch, but now I'm swatching because I'm curious myself to see what it's like. So this is what the swatch looks like. Oh god. You know what? I'm not going to roll this one in. I don't want to work on it because I'm already working on another shade that's pretty similar in my Huda palette. I'm saying nope. And let's re-roll. 86. Okay, let's see. 86 is... oh. It's from Chocolate Gold, and it is the shade Gold Dipped. I was like, oh god, it's the big... I thought it was the big one. It's this one, Gold Dipped, right here. Nice. I think this will actually go really well with the shadow that I pulled right before this, not the one I rejected. Ooh, that is pretty. This looks like a really nice, like, one and done type of eyeshadow. That's everything. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in a month. Bye!